All right, here we go.
It's good though.
All right. Make sure I'm pretty good volume. All right. What is going on, guys? Welcome yourselves back to the Filter Pod. Bro, that's a terrible. It's I. Okay, it's an I name, bro. We back, bro. Hey, that's on me. That's on me.
Filter's
That's a
good. That's
great
good.
name. What the frick?
Hey, it's just one of those things, bro. So, anyways, we're back on the freaking podcast. You know how it is. Oh, by the way, no chewing, no slurping, no drinking, Joseph, Soren. If you do, away from the mic or mute yourself. Bro, it's late at night
Oh, I
when
forgot
I'm
you have
all
water.
alone and driving down. Bro, it's late, bro. It's 9:50 for me and Soren. That's a little bit late. It's mega late for Joseph. It's like almost 1. But guess what? We do it for our fans. We put in the work for our fans, bro. All right? Specifically that fan. Anyhow, this is week 4 of the Filter podcast. Oh, wait. No. 3 or 4? Bro, get off your phone. Bro,
3.5.
get off your phone, bro.
I'm not on my phone.
Oh,
I'm not on my
boy.
phone.
So here's the deal. Today, so we were gonna get Joseph's friend of the podcast, wasn't able to make it. So today, maybe this will be a series, maybe it won't. We'll see. But today, we're gonna be talking about a couple different things. But specifically, we're gonna focus on prayer, prayer, and what it means to us, specifically Soren. We're gonna do these not necessarily in interview fashion, but in put your camera, there we go. Not
Yes,
necessarily
sir.
in an
I'm
interview
trying to see
fashion, but kind of. So, but let's just go ahead and start it off. Start it off simple. Start it off easy with a quick week recap. In fact, let me check if I'm recording real quick. Yeah, we good. So let start off with a quick weekly recap. Joseph, I'm interested, bro. The frick. Let's hear about your week, homie.
Me? Shoot, bro. Holy crap.
Come
Where'd I
on, bro.
start?
Come on.
Oh man. Oh man. Bro, this week has probably one have been the top 3 most chaotic weeks of my life. And that's no lie. So I worked 50 plus hours this week. Let me tell you why that's a lot. Because every year, apparently, Wilmington, North Carolina throws together this thing called the Azalea Festival, and it's huge. Like big people come from out of state to go to this thing. My brother works at a hotel, and he was at 100% capacity the entire weekend. So Chick-fil-A decided to do the event. They were gonna sell. They're gonna be a vendor. So I volunteered myself and a couple other friends, and we were worked the festival. And Friday night, there was nobody. It was really dead. We were like, oh, this is a waste of time. We shouldn't do this. Just just really mediocre stuff. Um, but yeah, then Saturday came along and everybody came out. Literally everybody and their mother came to the festival. Um, I worked the festival from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. the entire time on my feet, just working.
Jeez.
Um, we did really good though, like really good. We made over like $4,000 in sales, like insane numbers, like for what we did. We just sold a bunch of stuff. Um, so then I was dead, and then Sunday I woke up, I had church, and then I had a mandatory meeting with Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. Haha, stupid.
But that's sacrilegious.
Um, that's what I'm saying. And yeah, then today I went to the comic book store. Um, I spent the time with my friend Austin. Went back to the festival, did some other things. Yeah, and then I came home. I was done for the day. And then my brother, who I kind of barely see now, was like, "Hey, you want to go watch a movie?" And I was like, frick it. Why not?" So we just got done watching Ambulance, Michael Bay film. So it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad actually. Um, and yeah, now I'm home and I am defeated. Thank God I have tomorrow off, but
Well, that's good.
I am fried as a freaking cookie.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
Dang, dude.
So I think we're all tired. So this what happened, right? So Monday, Monday to Tuesday, nothing crazy. In fact, I don't even remember what I did those days, other than hang out with the group, whatever. Um, then Wednesday. Oh, actually, no, Monday and Tuesday. So we got this new soundboard at church, bro. Nah, don't even get me started, bro. I thought I was into women toy side of soundboard, bro. Nah, bro. Anyhow, um, we got this new soundboard at church, and so I was helping with that Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday I went to wedding rehearsal. And then Tuesday night we had practice, so it was fun using it, but always a learning curve, whatever. Then Thursday I had the wedding, and didn't sleep mega well, cause whenever I be hyped or nervous about something, I don't sleep that
How'd
well.
how the how'd the wedding go? How'd the wedding go?
Yeah, bro, I'm about to tell you, bro. What I'm about to say about the wedding. That freaking you on it, bro. What are you doing? um, yeah. So the frick the camera. So the wedding went good. Um, yeah, it went good. So I wake up, whatever, get all my gear ready, which I still haven't really even cleaned up. I gotta do that tomorrow. But yeah. So I go to wedding at like 12:30 is when I left. 1ish, got there by 1ish. And I stayed until straight up 10:35. And it was really tiring, but it was good. They're always fun. They're always like highs of a week, or like highs in your life. They're always nights you remember. Honestly, it's a very similar feeling to a prom night, filming a wedding, and it kind of sounds weird, but it's like it's such a big occasion, even if it's not your occasion. Like it's just it's cool. So I did that. I saw Joseph's sister there, which kind of ruined. No, I'm kidding. It was fine.
Yeah, I
And
wouldn't blame you.
that sounds, bro. What are you doing, bro? But
Homie, it's been a long week. I'm trying to get together my life. Give me a minute.
okay, bro. So so yeah, I saw her there. I said to her, I was like, bro, I walk. Sometimes I'm proud of myself because I can make a joke, but like be so serious about it, and people don't. So I go up to her, and I walk into like where the girls are getting ready or whatever, and I go, bro, why are they not playing BTS in here? And she's like, what'd you say? I'm like, no, just saying, why are they not playing BTS in here? And she's like, you like BTS? I'm like, yeah, I like BTS. She's like, what song you like? I'm like, yeah, I like that Coldplay song. She's like, I'm actually listening to BTS right now. This is funny, bro. And then I was
Wait,
like,
did she actually believe you?
yeah, I think so, bro. Then I was sitting down with her and Molly and this other girl. Bro, I was mad waffling, bro, because I was like saying like, I was like to the girl, I was like, you came all this way for Grace's wedding, bro. And also, dude, Joy Joy is like you but female form, bro. Well, okay, you're cooler, but I'm just saying. No, bro,
How?
chill out, bro. She
How?
has
No, no,
similar.
no, no, no. How?
It's kind of
What'd you
like how
say?
it's kind of like Soren and Camille. She has similar mannerisms to you, bro. I'm just saying, and you're both like, whatever. And no, I'm fine. So that was chill. And then Joseph's on the, whatever, too much detail. So, anyways, wedding done. That's cool. Friday, I chill for a little bit. I pop Dutch Bros. Homie, I got freaking but it was it was a bad drink, bro. It was a bad drink. I'm still on the Dutch Bros train, and I like the caramel crab, but the crab I got was not good. It was called like molten lava
You
or
switch it
something.
up.
Huh?
Oh yeah, no, that's not a good drink. Yeah,
That's
no,
what I'm
that's not a
saying,
good one. I don't like that one. Yeah, no,
bro.
yeah, no.
It was not good. So I might
No,
try
you
the
need,
American
bro. You need
Eagle.
to try. Okay, that's my second favorite, and you need to try smoothies or teas next. Honest to God.
Yeah. But I'm still a huge fan of the caramel with caramel sauce. That crap smack. So I ain't hating, but the molten lava was not good. That's what the lady said, it was fire, but that crap, bro, I had to go poop after I ate that, bro. It messed me up, bro. I did not like that. What, son, you never pooped before? Okay, so then I cleaned out my car. Bro, when I say clean out my car, bro, I am mad cleaned out, bro. Nah, all right, I need to chill. No, I cleaned out my car, bro. Bro, I vacuumed that. I went to the car wash, bro. I freaking lint rolled it too. I took a butter knife and I dug up all like coins in it, bro. is mad clean. I even put lotion on all of the stuff to make it look like it got like a shine, and I put lotion inside of the air vents so it smells good. Bro, you probably think I'll have a girlfriend or something, bro, cause that come nice. So, anyways, then I go to the Austin and Brittany's wedding shower at Soren's house, which was fire. That was a great night. But now this was there. The food was good, bro. The food was so good. It was fun. I showed Soren the car that was fire. We played some fire games. We almost won. Crap was good. I won't go into mega detail because Mount Lemon, because I know Soren, me and Soren basically like have similar things that we've done the last 3 days. But we went to Mount Lemon next day. So dummy. Tiring. It's always tiring stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you sit back and say, I had a good time, and you feel content. And so that was a good day with the homies. Then we slept the frick over. Mega tired from that. Again, mega tired from it. But it's one of those things where you sit back and you say, I'm thankful for that. So that was good. We went to church. I was the first person I mixed on a board. Dude, I didn't do perfect, but in my opinion, that crash sound, bro, naughty good. Because at this point, I'm not saying we have as good a sound as Elevation, but we have as good a sound as Elevation, I think, in the sense of, bro, homie, chill out. In the sense of we're close when it comes to mic quality, like a physical mic and board. So I feel like our ceiling, I don't know, whatever. I'm not saying, okay. I'm just saying, okay, sounds good, whatever. Boom, I chill at home. It's whatever. And then that's it. I go to youth. That's it. I'm chilling today, and then yeah, it's good. All right, Soren, your week. Sorry I took so long on that.
I just find it funny, bro, that y'all are talking exactly like you normally talk, even though you're like host of a podcast or whatever. It's funny.
That's
It's
how it's
just
supposed
funny.
to be,
Bro,
bro. That's
chill
how
out.
it's
Yeah.
supposed to
Nah,
be.
Joseph, we leaving. He dissing.
I
Yeah, nah.
appreciate it. I
No, Soren, get
appreciate
the
it.
frick out of here, bro. Jeez.
My week was really
Nah.
good. I hung out with my friends. It was amazing. Nah, bro, what the fuck is
Let's see, bro. Let's see, my week. Yeah, Monday. It's just busy from school. It was really up and down because this week's been fun, like really fun. Yeah, because like Sean said, like Friday, Saturday, really fun, and Thursday because I was at the wedding too.
That's true.
Yeah, those were all super fun. Uh, but like mentally, this week has kind of sucked. But I mean, that happens. It happens. Um, yeah, like I start work on Tuesday, which is exciting.
Oh,
Um,
where at? Where at?
Latoya Country Club. It's like an assisted care nursing home place, and I'm gonna be like a server. I don't get tips, but I get $14 an hour, so it's
That's
good.
really good, dude. Yeah, I
It's
think you
good.
were talking about that when we were up in not Star Pass, Gates Pass. I think you said
Yeah,
something like
maybe.
that.
I don't
That's
know.
so
We'll
sick.
see. Yeah, but it's fine because I'm gonna start that, and that's an answer to prayer. But it's also like, dude, my life right now, and now Joseph tells me it's a 50-hour work week, and I'm like, yeah, my life is super chill compared to that. Nah, but my life is. I have like a ton of little things every single day. Like I have a ton of like hour commitment, like 4 different hour commitments per day that are just different. So it feels like I just have a ton to juggle right now. Um, and then like looking into next year, bro, it's gonna be crazy. I'm doing crazy school stuff next year, like classes wise. So this week's been rough of like preparing for that, which I don't need to be because I shouldn't be anxious about it, but it happens. And I feel like overall, when I just look back on the weekend, yeah, it's a very good week to be thankful for because it was really fun and really fire stuff with friends. Um, yeah, Mount Lemon was super fun. We did ski lift, bro. Oh, so fun, dude. It's so nice. Sean was having a panic attack because it was windy.
Bro, hey,
It
bro,
was like shaking
it was so
slightly.
windy, bro. Nah, bro, it was so windy.
Dude, and then Brittany, when she's on that, dude, when she was on the ski lift, she literally curled up into a ball. She's that small. She could fit in a ball on her like this big seat on the ski lift. And I'm like, I just did not understand. But Yeah, but just times like that with friends is always super fun. And then church this morning, took a nap today,
Okay.
which I felt like crap afterwards, but I always do. But it was nice because now I would not have energy if I did not take that nap. It was my dad's birthday today. That's pretty fire. 43. And yeah, watched Moon Knight today. I watched the second episode. Super good. Better than the first one, in my opinion. Um, so fire. That show's actually insane. Um,
You thought it was better than the first one?
That's what I was saying.
yeah.
The
Here's the
first one's
thing.
better.
First one, so good, but it was stressful. Like, which I know that was the purpose of it. I just did not know it was happening, so I was like on the edge of my seat. I also watched it at 11 p.m. at night, so like
Oh,
it was not a good time to watch it. But the second one, since I actually knew what was happening, it was intense, but I understood it more. If that makes sense. I was like, this is good.
yeah. Yeah,
I don't
quick,
know.
quick, quick segue real quick. Sean, what I've been come to realize is people find the first episode really confusing if if they're going into like this fresh. Like they have no idea who Moon Knight is, don't have any idea about his personalities, nothing. And they find the second episode better. But like people who like that kind of like trippiness, who
Yeah.
like that kind of different cinematography on that first episode, like the first one better, but the second one not so much.
Well, I knew
You
nothing about
good?
Moon Knight, though. That's the thing. Nothing.
But you appreciated
Yeah.
I
I
what
thought
the
I thought
cinematography
I thought the
was.
first episode was better, like cinematically. Like cinematically, bro. It was super intense. Like I loved like when they would like cut it out and he would like freak out and then just wake up and he'd be like killing three people or something. Like that was crazy. And the fact that you knew nothing made it more intense and cool because it set up the
True.
second episode so well. So like it was phenomenal. It was really well done. But I preferred the second episode, like my viewing experience, because I was like actually understanding and not freaking out the whole time. And I also, because when I
That's
went into
fair.
Moon Knight, I had no idea. I figured he was just gonna be like a superhero. That's what I thought, but clearly not. So, which
Yeah.
I prefer this, to be honest.
Were you good? Back to the week. Was you good mentally, like, chilling with us?
Like Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty good mentally chilling with y'all. I overthought just the usual for me of um when like gaps in conversation happen, and I like always push for like the forcing conversation. I overthought that, but it wasn't bad at all.
Oh,
It was
like when
pretty
we
bad,
said
like
that.
yeah, but like it wasn't bad.
It's tough to not
Because
do that.
the fact that I'm aware of it, like especially like Saturday, I was aware of it, so I was just like, yeah, I'm chill, bro. These people know that I think about this stuff, so it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that was good. All right. Well, moving in to kind of building off of what we're talking about. Um, okay, out of order. We'll get back into the prayer. I'm interested about this. Me and Soren can go kind of quickly because it's actually something we talked about yesterday. But so let's be more for Joseph. I'm interested to see what he says. But we're gonna go around real quick and say our one favorite thing about ourselves. Now, you can do this two ways. One, you can do what you do. Two, you can do who you are. Okay, we're gonna do about who you are. Okay, Soren, kick us off.
Yeah. So, what I said for me, and this is something that I really like about myself, but sometimes I absolutely hate it, is like my caring and sensitive heart for people that I feel like a lot of guys just disregard and shove down and bottle emotion. Like I appreciate that, my willingness to do that, my willingness to confront conversation and just talk with people and be real. Because dude, I hate like when people are fake, it just is pointless and it annoys me. So I appreciate that about myself, and I appreciate that I'm willing to address those things.
And then what I said about myself was, um, there's a couple. Like, I mean, there's probably one or two things about myself that I'm like, oh, okay, I like that. But I think one of them, and this honestly, I would say most of my close friends have this. But I also say to myself, and it just makes me, well, what it is self-improvement is where, now sometimes, like, all of these strengths and weaknesses could be both a strength or weakness, right? This can be a weakness when you're always trying to improve yourself. Me and Soren were talking about the other day. You're always trying to improve yourself to where it's like, can you just not sit in how life is and just be okay with maybe not everything being perfect and you being good at everything and your relationship with God being perfect and this being perfect. And so that's the negative. But the positive that I like, that I'm always trying to self-improve, is it makes me care about life more. Like, it makes me, instead of just sort of living life to live life, it makes me like I can visualize, like, want to grab a hold of life and grab a hold of myself and, like, always be pushing towards, like, I don't know, it just gives me a sense of purpose, always trying to work on myself, because I'm always gonna need to work on myself. But when I do work on myself and I see those changes that I've wanted to happen, it's one of the most satisfying one. And it's just amazing. Like, when you have something in yourself that you've been working on for so long, rather than just sitting there and saying is what it is, you work on it. And so self-improvement, I really enjoy, and I really enjoy that 90%, like, basically all my close friends have that too, because it feels like we're always growing and we're growing together. And so
Who do you feel like has that?
you.
Because I'm thinking about our group. I'm thinking me, you, and Camille, and maybe Abby a little bit. But like
I would say
Brittany,
all of us have it
Hannah,
to a
Abby,
degree.
and Vanellis. Yeah, but to a degree. Like I feel like, yeah, no, it's not anything to dog on. I'm just saying, like,
I would say smaller, like, you probably have it on some of the highest, but I would say, because we have that inner voice that's always reminding us of things to work on, whether it comes to prayer, which we'll get into in a second, or whatever. But I think, yeah, I don't see Hannah or Brittany as often saying, "Oh, I'm working on this," but I've had many conversations with them where we talk about something and they say, "Yeah, I've been working on that a lot lately." Like I said, it's on different degrees, but I like that nobody
yeah,
in our group is completely complacent. Nobody in our group wants to stay in a place of not moving and staying you know what I mean?
true.
I appreciate that. But all right, Joseph, what you about to say, bro? What you about to say?
So, like, one thing I like about myself.
Yes, about your character, who you are, that kind of thing.
Um, I like to listen. I like to listen to people. I like to hear where they're coming from. I like to work through problems. I like hearing a problem and trying to find a solution, I would say.
Do you like that
Um,
about yourself? That you do that?
yeah, I would say so.
That's
I don't know.
cool.
That's an interesting question. Goodness gracious.
Why do you like that though?
Whatever. I don't know. I like helping people. I like finding what's going on with them, hearing about it, um, confronting the problem, trying to fix it. Um, I guess it just tries shows them like they're not alone, and trying to help them the the best it can.
Good.
Mm,
That's good. So okay, so let's zoom in on something me and Soren talked about. So we talked about um uh we we talked about oh sorry no what the frick no we I talked about um how I appreciate that we always want to self improve and we always want to change. And there's many ways you can do that, but I would say one of the most best ways and one of the most tangible ways and one of the best ways to move you forward in that would be prayer. So the question is, and I'll bring this up to Soren, I want to get your opinion on it, and then we'll obviously discuss it. Um, how does prayer change your life?
dang, that's a
Wow.
it's a loaded question. Um, Well, prayer is a conversation, whether sometimes it feels one-sided or sometimes it feels like mutual. Um, so it gives you somebody to talk to. Uh, and I think that changes my life in being able to speak things into existence. I think there's like a big thing about prayer, for me is like sometimes thinking it in my head is not enough, and thinking a prayer inside my head is
Yeah.
not enough, or writing it down. Well, writing it down is pretty helpful, but like writing it down is not enough. So I literally need to speak like God help me, or Satan get out, or like stop thinking that, or things like that, right? And I literally need to say it out loud so that that's what I'm hearing and that's what I'm doing. And it feels more real because it feels like it's an actual conversation. But how does prayer change my life? Like, it changes perspective often. Um, I think there's a perspective you gain through prayer that you can't gain by just thinking. Because through
Facts.
prayer, like I I I personally through prayer, like, because prayer is a holy thing, your brain instantly goes from thinking self-centered to thinking vertical, like what's between you and Christ, right? Because this is a conversation between you and Christ. Um, so when I'm praying, like there are more holy thoughts in my head, and that's the reality of it. So I'm getting more Christ-like answers. So I think that changes my life because it gives me wisdom, whether, and it's hard to discern through prayer, which I think that's another point of conversation of like, how do you discern what's God speaking and what's not? Which I am very much so learning. And I am learning that about myself. Um, but yeah, I think it just changes my life in the sense of I always have somebody to process to. Like, I never need to feel like bottled up in my thoughts, because so often, bro, and you can probably totally relate to this. I'm sure all of us can relate to this. Just like you're thinking in your own head and you can't get out of your own head, and thinking literally becomes to the point where it's just not helpful to think because you're thinking it into the ground, you're overthinking it. But prayer gives you somebody to talk to, whether it's, because it's not like, it sounds like I'm saying like you're actually talking to them, which you are talking to God, but it never really super feels like you're actually having a conversation with him. At least I've never had the feeling of talking with him and being like literally getting reciprocated answers for a straight 5 minutes, right? Um, but you get the feeling of like, it's like, for instance, like you're going through a hard time, right? And if you just have a friend to sit with you, sometimes them to just listen to you and you to just talk to them is all you need. You don't need advice necessarily. And when you have Christ, that changes your life because you always have somebody to listen. And at least for me, when I know that he is there to listen, which it doesn't always feel like that because it ain't perfect. But yeah, I'd say that was kind of scattered. So,
No,
but your question was loaded. So,
I like what you're saying. And one thing that I kind of got off of that, which I was thinking about, is like, all right, talking to a friend can be really good sometimes, right? But I almost think sometimes, not always, but a lot of times, prayer can be better. And let me tell you why. Because, and so I had a conversation with my mom, like, because I do have some doubts. I'm sure we all do, but just about God and all that, like, how do we know he's really real, stuff like that. And I was talking with her. I was like, okay, like, how can we know that if we hadn't prayed, it just would have happened anyways? Like, how do we know that it actually changes things? But I've also, at the same time, even though I've had that doubt, I've combated that doubt, which is not like a doubt I have so often, but I think about it. But I combated it with it, and she totally agreed with me. Is when you're in a situation and because you prayed, your character in that moment changes, or the way you're going to respond to something changes because you pray. That wouldn't have changed if you hadn't prayed. You could make the argument, oh, that person still would have gotten sick if you prayed because their immune system would have not responded well to something. I can't fully reconcile how that stuff works. But the stuff where I can is like, this could have been a bad time with my friends inside my mind because I'm just overthinking the whole time, versus it's not. This could have been a huge fight with my mom or my dad or my brother, whatever, but it's not. If I hadn't prayed, it would have been. If I hadn't in that moment and I pray and I literally physically, I feel my body shift. Like, that'll happen to me. I'll feel, because when I get mad, I physically actually feel it. So I literally will physically feel my body shift. And so to answer my own question and kind of what you're off of what you're saying is like, that's when I can see it change. Talking to friends is great, but when you pray, it'll give you answers that you probably won't agree with as much. And sometimes your friends will hear you what you don't want to hear. Yeah. But are they going to give you a answer you don't not what you want to hear but what you need to hear, but it's also like pure and holy? No, the real problem most of the time they're probably not. I love my homies. I think I'm a good homie, but a lot of times when you can get outside of yourself and look at it from a vertical, non-human perspective, that's how prayer can change my life. Joseph, is anybody gonna say anything?
Yeah. That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
No, that's good. That's good.
I was processing it. Joseph, why does your water bottle look like a bourbon
Bro, I was about to
glass?
say.
This is fine peach cider straight from the
That
farmer's
looked
market.
mad good, bro. That
Crap's
looked
mad on me, bro.
mad, bro.
My parents were trying to get this, so I kind of just snuck it up to my room, and it does look very sus.
What are you drinking? Yo, hold on, let me.
You can't make it look sus, bro. That's a water bottle.
Oh,
This
yeah.
looks like a straight up wine
Yo, hold on,
bottle.
drink it like that again. Bro, you gotta go higher. You gotta go higher, bro.
Oh, yeah.
No. Hold on, you're not doing it right, homie. You gotta. Your head stays here, but the bottle's gotta go like that. Yeah. I want to get anything to give you a kiss right now. Anyway.
And that's it. That's the last of it.
Bro, you need to check. That look mad fire.
That crab was mad good.
Okay. Now, what does your prayer life look like?
Good
Joseph.
question.
Me?
Joseph.
Joseph.
I'm gonna be honest. Because this is the filter podcast, not the
But it's so
This
crazy.
should be the no filter
But
podcast.
Yeah, it should be the no filter
Bro, it's
podcast.
so
But
Or the filter podcast. We're getting
real. No, okay. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't as much as I would like to, because I feel like part of this is probably just me too. But I wake up and I'm already thinking about my day. I think about my day the day before. I'm like, okay, what am I doing? What am I eating? How am I dressing? Who am I interacting with? How does my work day look like? How's my family, like events, plans, etc. Especially this last week, I've had feels like zero time for my family, zero time for anything else. And I feel like it's only like whenever I have free time that I can pray. But what I try to do is I get up for a normal day of work. I get up, put my clothes on, I get ready, I eat breakfast, then I get in a car, and I usually either play my worship music on my way to work, or I play part of the album that's done to work. And in that time, I use that time to pray, thank God for my day, help it to go by fast, help it to get through quickly, help me with my interactions, parents, etc. That's usually my little window of time that I get to pray. But still, some other times I'm still just thinking so much about work. I'm eating still my breakfast on my way to work, and sometimes I'll just be like, oh, I gotta pray real quick. So I'll just in my mind I'll be like, short little prayer. But definitely like just worshiping and praying before work really really helps out, makes the day go by a lot faster. I think, in my opinion, but it's more like it's kind of more every now and then. I haven't prayed probably um in probably the last couple days, but tomorrow's Monday and I got the day off, so I'm gonna catch up on some things.
So then the question is, Soren, is one, same question, what does your prayer life look like? And then two, when you do, what does your prayer look like? And what I mean by that is it sort of what he was saying, as sometimes, and I can totally relate with this, it's sort of like a passing thought. It's kind of like, what I mean? It's kind of a passing thought.
Yeah, I
How
gotcha.
does it look like? Do you put intent on, like, okay, I'm gonna try and explain this situation to God, or just like, please help me?
Yeah. So I wish I spent so my prayer life recently. It's funny how life works and how like when I get more stressed, I don't pray as much because it should be the opposite. It should be like, oh dang, I'm stressed. I should pray about this. Um, so as recently, it's not been bad. Like I feel like I consistently I never feel like I don't have to pray. Like I never feel like a situation's not worthy enough to pray. So like within my day, I'll just get like mad at somebody and I'll pray to God and I'll do like these like 5 second prayers because it'll be like I'm thankful that I feel like I've built up a really good, and it definitely could be a lot better, of just being able to like when I see sin, when I sin or something, praying about it and trying to mentally clear my head, like erase that part of the slate, right? So it's not like weighing on me throughout the day. Like when I just get frustrated with people, frustrated with things, stressed out about something, just sending quick prayers. The thing that I wish that I did more, which I do a little bit, is just spend big chunks of time in prayer, like in forced prayer, rather than my prayers just being purely situational. Because I feel like a thing that people don't do often enough is pray for other people and spend time praying for others for just big things and just things like that, and just putting out time to do that. So I wish I did that more. I have time to do it because I have a journal right by my bed, prayer journal, which is I don't know if I can flip through it, but it's filled basically almost,
Dang.
and that's just and then like that's where I'm at today, right? That I have this by my bed, and then I have my Bible too, and I try daily. Dude, it's usually like three
You read
times a
us a
week,
Bible
if
verse last
even.
night.
Yeah, but like I try daily to read my Bible and journal down prayers. It's like a journal, which it sounds feminine, but it's really just a conversation book, um, where I just write down my thoughts and pray to God about stuff. Which so that's time that I'm grateful for, but I don't do that enough, like nearly. I'm glad I give myself the opportunity to, but it's since I do it right before bed, it's like so often I'm just like, bro, I'm so tired. I just go to bed, or I fall asleep while doing it, like that. But down to my prayer, what my prayers look like. So yeah, I kind of touched on it. My prayers like are very much so spontaneous and like literally as simple as like there's like a freshman or something in one of my classes that's just like entirely gossiping about somebody else, and I'm just like, God, give me patience with this person. Like just things like that where I'm just saying a sentence to myself, and I consider that a prayer. I mean, I'm asking God for something, and I'm praying for it. Um, so and they're very casual. Like I've always been a huge fan of just talking to God like He's your friend. Like literally, because there's no point in going up to God and being like, put my hands together and I'm going to pray like this in this exact manner, which some religions follow that, and I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it. I just find being able to just be like, have prayer be a conversation that I can lean on, if that makes sense. Um,
Yeah.
and just talk to. I appreciate like so we went through this like types of worship series at church the other time, and it was like different ways you could worship. And there's one called kara. There's like Hebrew words, and that was like kneel worship, where you're like face down on the ground kneeling, worshiping, which I appreciate because that's like reverent. And I rarely ever do that, but sometimes I'll do that when I'm like super overwhelmed and like stuff like that. So I do definitely think that like if you physically put yourself in a form of prayer, that can be helpful in getting your mindset in the space. But for me, like my prayers are casual. Like, um, yeah, I'm reading. I'm trying to read through them, but yeah, that's about what I'd say. Like they're casual, and I like praying like a psalm sometimes. Like I kind of suck at it, but I like writing in a poetic and fluent way. If that makes sense. Because
Yeah.
then those prayers can stick in my brain because they're easy to memorize, like remember. So I like casual, and then I like the exact opposite of like when I'm in my prayer journal of writing like psalms basically out, like my own psalm. If that makes sense to God. So that's about it. I'm gonna read through this, but y'all can. I'm gonna see if I can find something that's like a good example.
Yeah. No, so yeah, that's interesting. I do the exact same thing when it comes to daily throughout the day, and like you get mad at someone. It's like I don't want that to stick with me, and get mad at the person, and so I'll pray about it, let it go, and it freaking goes away, bro. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Is when you, bro, it's hard to do this, bro. It's hard to do this. But when you be like, because he was saying, yeah, you kind of low key pray less when you're stressed. But like when you do, and you like I was saying, you get outside of yourself, bro. Every single time, sometimes it'll take 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. If I hadn't prayed, I would have just ruined the night. Like, it's crazy. Um, as far as mine, it's been really good lately, and obviously at times it's my issue with it. I don't think I haven't not prayed in a day for like the past like year or year and a half, but my issue with it is I'm not going to go into too much detail with this, but you both know when you doubt prayer, but you rely on it so much, not having it, it almost has at times felt like devastating to me because I rely on it so much for like almost guidance and peace with things because my mind can wander so easily, like, and go to places I really don't like. The only way, other than, like watching YouTube videos, stuff like that, that helps. But other than that kind of stuff, which obviously helps, listening to music, whatever. But praying is the only way that can help me. And when you overthink praying, or when you look into it and you dissect it so much within your own mind, it's so tough because if it's not real, then it's kind of like, oh, am I just talking to myself? And sometimes it can feel like that. But I'll even tell you this, and it's just me rambling, but if you pray I've literally prayed before. Before I prayed to God, I prayed one time. I said, please help me to want to pray to you because I don't really, I don't really care about it.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't really want to.
Yeah.
You can literally, I'll literally pray, please help me overcome my doubt. Please show me how, please make it to where I don't have, when I have a doubt, I can have an answer for it. And it's not just like, oh, that's just a churchy answer, believe in God. It's like, I genuinely can agree with that and be like, okay, I am good. Like, I want to so much to get to a point to where I have full faith in God. I don't. And some people do. I want to get to that point. But one of the really great things about it is I've prayed before about doubting about praying before. And it's like my prayer life looks like very honest. I talk almost exactly how I talk to my friends. Like literally, I'll literally, like, it's crazy. And the thing is, I've realized I've always prayed throughout my life. I just used to talk to myself on my scooter when I was younger. And I think back, I would always get peace from just talking to myself. And maybe it was just talking to myself. But then I think about it, and it was like I'd have a conversation in my head, I'd have a conversation out loud. Then I get answers. I get like devil's advocate in my head. Then I would have a conversation with that verbally. And so another topic I want to sort of move into, which I'll answer sort of first, because I'm already talking about it, is how can you? We were talking about this, but how can you discern between God and yourself? Now, my answer for that is I really don't know. It's hard. It's really hard to tell. But I'd say,
I got you.
hold on. But I say the times where I can tell is when it's outside of it's outside of what I'm thinking. It's like, God, please help me right now. And it's like, don't do this, don't do that. I'm not gonna want to think that. So it's that kind of stuff. What were we saying, Joseph?
Let me go for it, Joseph.
Sorry about that. Bro, about to sneeze. Yo.
Frick. Wait. So yeah, I actually dealt with this
Okay.
question, I want to say a couple years ago. I went to my dad. My dad kind of knows a lot about this stuff. And he brought up a very, very good point that I was like, oh, shoot, that's a good one, coach. That's a good one. He said that every time God speaks to you, he will always back it up with his word. 100% of the time, not 95% of the time, not 90% of the time, 100% of the time, a confirmation from God, a word from God, praying to God, hearing anything from God will be 100% backed up by his word. So I was like, yo, that's straight up. That's straight up. So that's when sometimes people come up to me and they're like, hey, I heard, I heard or I thought, the Lord told me to speak this to you. And I'd be like, okay, I take it and I'd be like, yo, that's awesome. Appreciate it. Then I think to myself, okay, have I heard this in God's word? Does this apply to me? And is this in God's word? And if it is, then it's a word from God. I take with it, I run with it, say, holla freaking Luya. So yeah, that's how I discern it. And yeah, that's how I discern it and how
That's cool.
I would know. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Yeah, I'd say I discern it. I discern it. I don't think. Yeah, I don't go to the word enough. But I discern it basically if it's something against my, against my natural desire. If I'm like for instance, I'm running for. I have an interview tomorrow actually, and I'm running for house chaplain for my school because I go to a Christian school. And I just felt called to do it. I hate public speaking. I hate leading people. Maybe hate's the wrong word, but I just feel so uncomfortable and I feel like I don't deserve to do it. But when I was gonna apply, I literally was like, I can't not do this. Like that's how strong I was like, I need to do this. And I don't know if that's just purely gonna be for experience why God's calling me to do this or what, but I feel like told to do it because nothing in me was like, yeah, I really think it'd be fun to give a 15-minute lesson in front of my entire school body next year. Like that would be fun. No. I just think, yeah, and then things like I'm praying to myself and I'm just like feeling like things of just like being like I like what you said about the being in God's word because when you're in God's word you learn God's heart and
Yeah.
I learned God's heart. I feel like I've learned God's heart, so I discern it by like being like doing these casual prayers, being like, "Dude, I don't want to judge this person," and then God's like, "Yeah, pray for them about this," and I'm like, "Because you care about his heart, you care about her heart, or something." That I just like, dude, I'm pissed at this person right now, and I do not even want to talk to them. I actually want to just like confront them but you're telling me to pray for them about this, so I'm going to, and things like that and they're just totally out of the blue, contrary to what I think, but they're accurate to what his heart says.
How could that be you though? That's the thing. That's what I
Yeah,
can't. You know what I
it's
mean?
impossible. Yeah, and that's what I've learned. It's like that's how I know how to discern. And also, so like there's these like your brother Sean. I've talked to him about this about because your brother Austin is big, really big on like how God speaks to people, and Austin is big guy on prophecy and stuff like that, and like believing it. And I'm a bit of a skeptic, but I think if I myself return to God's word and like you're saying, and just like count it for what's like, I think you can navigate it well. Um, but there's a ton of different ways that people feel God, and it goes through basically all the senses. So you can feel God through other people, you can hear God through literally audibly hearing His voice. You can see Him through dreams, or you can feel Him like feeling His touch and like feeling goosebumps and stuff like that. I am the feel side of that, where like when I know that God is close or the Holy Spirit, I literally get like whole body shivers and like I actually like yeah, it's such a
Oh shoot! Oh, he
um
froze. It's such what you said. It's such what you froze at. It's such a. You're just is there an earthquake going on, homie?
What do
What
you
looked
mean?
like there was a freaking earthquake in your background.
Probably the camera's shaking.
So are you there?
Oh dang.
Dang. All right. Well, while we're waiting, what'd you have for dinner, bro?
oh geez. Did I
There
get
we go.
kicked?
There we go. Okay, so you cut it
When
out
did
right after
you
the
get
shivers
cut?
part.
Oh yeah, dude, that was weird. Y'all were like frozen on like a half eye open thing, and I was like, is everybody falling asleep? Nah. It was like the shivers thing, and like so, for instance, I'll be praying, and then I'll feel like a word, and then I'll feel something like feel like cold or something like that, and then that's when I'll know that that's God, God's word.
Hmm. That's interesting. I feel him. I don't know. I say the most I do is bless you is
Thank you.
like bro Joseph, what you do, homie? We on a pod, bro. I'm playing. Um, what is he writing, bro? What is he writing?
Sorry.
Oh, yo, don't act like we didn't see that, bro. Don't act. Yo,
All right.
homie goes. But no, I would say is like I pray for something and then I an obstacle puts in my way for me to have to like
Act on that.
act on that and practice what I was praying, and then obviously it's like, bro, I'm human, bro. Like, what the frick? Like, do I really want to like take the high road on this? Like, frick that. And then I go, I'm gonna try. Okay, it's this whole. It could be like I pray for something. If this happens today, please help me to not act how I would normally act. So if someone makes me irritated, do I have to judge them or lash out at them? No, please. When I do, because they probably maybe they will. Maybe I'll get someone will irritate me today. I say okay. But when I pray about it, I say okay, and it's chill, and I feel joy. Versus when I don't pray about it, that's how I see God the most on almost like a daily basis. Is like through that. Um, what is life without prayer like for you, Soren? Like, what do you see that as if you've had it?
Overwhelming,
Okay.
Yeah.
overwhelming. Because I don't, because I'm in my head and I don't know. Yeah, it's overwhelming. I think that's about it. It's overwhelming. It's hopeless.
Chaotic.
Yeah, there's just because there's nothing like there's no wisdom. You don't know what to do. You're thinking things into dust practically. Um, yeah, it's. I would say I honestly don't know how to expand on that. I just think it's overwhelming.
I think it's
Yeah.
Lost.
like, yeah, I think it's like, for instance, if I'm like, bro, feeling so like mad crap, unless, and I'm not in prayer, unless a circumstance changes it, like, shoot, I'll go get some food or something like that. I can't, and even then, I can't, like, most of the time, I can't change my mood. Like, I can't, like, if I had a bad day, other than praying, there's not much that I personally can do for me to be like, okay, I'm going to have a good night, even though I had a bad day. Like, there's not much. And so I agree with you. I had a period where I overthought praying so much to where I just, like, what am I even doing? Dude, it was like, oh my gosh. It was so, yeah, it was just, I don't get how people do it, bro. Like, I don't. Like, I don't know. How do you feel God most, though, Joseph? Because we didn't ask you. How do you feel God most?
Um, I would say in the little moments, what I've realized. Um, just like certain things, of like, let's say I'm at work, I think about, doing this or, hey, go do that. And I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. And then, my boss comes by and it's like, oh, hey, great job for doing this. That'd be like God reminding me, God telling me, hey, don't forget to do this, improve here, do that. Little moments of, when I'm just like, I was driving home tonight, I had a song in the background and I just kind of, I went on the bridge and I could just see, the ocean, the sunset, everything.
Bro.
And I was just like, shoot, this is really cool. Um, yeah, just little moments like that. I feel like God's always there. He's always watching out. Um, even when I don't feel it, even though so many things have happened in my life and still working through all of it, he's still there.
All right, and then to wrap it up, let's go over two more questions, but I'll cover them into one because they're similar subject. Um, this is an interesting one. So, how have you seen your? Have you ever? How have you? What the? Yo, I'm speaking cursive Japanese, bro. All right, how have you seen God answer your prayers? And if, cause like I don't, but what are some stories where have you felt God move? And then I have parentheses supernatural. Maybe not even supernatural, but just like a prayer answered that is very significant to you. Soren, or Joseph, whoever has something. Like, what are some times? One time, you know what I mean? Whatever. Because there's the little things, but I'm talking chains breaking people. I know, Soren got a couple. What were we thinking?
You want to go first, Joseph?
A time where I've seen God move supernaturally. It's gonna sound very cliche, but at church camp, dude, something about church camp, getting away, being by yourself, no family, just church, the worship, the atmosphere, the mentally detaching yourself from anything going on around the world, and it's just you and God, and you're literally in Prescott on a like little peak, and you're just out there, and you're just praying in the morning, bro. There was one time I'll never forget it. It was after like a very powerful night. I think it was like the last night um that we were there. I got wrecked just worship and just prayer and stuff. And then the next morning we have like 30 minutes of just prayer time of just go prayer time, read your Bible, that type of thing. But I was still in the same like awe and like feeling in my spirit from last night that I just sat there in silence for about 30 minutes, just like, whoa. So yeah, nothing about like something about church camp, man, that wrecks your world, and it's one of those moments that I will never forget in my life.
Sorry.
Hmm. Yeah, so I feel like radical times where prayers have been answered for me. So it's kind of funny. So like a big part in the last year in my life, I'd say. Actually, crazy. It's literally been like it's been 11 months. The past 11 months of my life have been some of the radically biggest growth periods in my entire life. Um, it has. I'm not. It's been the biggest growth period of my entire life. Um, and there's been parts where it's been really tough, but I'll just focus in on a part of my story with Hannah. And I'll rewind back to about August. So by then, it's been about 2 months of basically radical and rapid growth in friendship with Hannah. We're like we're texting. It was spent summer, so we're hanging out a ton and just getting to know each other, like loving each other's company, stuff like that. Um, and just basically being crazy close. And I was getting to the point where I was becoming obsessive over the relationship and not wanting to lose it. So I would like like and I still like force deep conversation and force that stuff. And out of that, and since I was obsessing over it, like what I would notice in her is I would notice this like complacency of never like being okay with who she was and okay with her flaws and being like, yeah, that's just how I am. And I would try to fix it. And I prayed and I was texting her and I prayed one night and I just like and I think we talked on the phone or something. And I forget exactly what I said, but I just gave like it was totally just the spirit led me, I guess, and he answered my prayer. And she like texted me back later that night. I had already gone to bed, but I saw it in the morning of how just like she was broken down and how much she felt like she needed to like not necessarily change, but like work on those things, which is really cool. But reflecting on that, it's crazy how God answers prayers that are founded in sin. Like, it's crazy how God works in it, just like in life. And I think this is something that is hard to get out of because in that moment, I thought like, dang, like this is like the right thing to do, and it was a good thing for sure. But that my motive to help her grow was so that she would change for my sake, so that I could connect with her better. And it was a selfish gain. But God used that, and I prayed for that, thinking like ignoring the selfish part of it. And then, but God used that to help her grow and still like just answer prayers, I guess. So I find like that was a crazy moment in my life where God just radically like it was literally I prayed it after we had got off the phone. I prayed it, and I remember literally the moment. It was 11:20 when I prayed it, and at 11:28, I got a message from Hannah she was like 5 minutes ago. So 3 minutes after I had prayed it, the exact like word for word what I had prayed, she said, and it
Wow.
was crazy.
Wow.
Um, so that was probably like one of those moments where I've just seen God move in crazy ways. And like I said, like that prayer, as good intent it as good of an intent it was, it still had some roots of it based off of selfish gain for me. But I love how God can use even my selfishness of wanting to like just like possess this relationship, and he used that for the better, um, to help grow. So that's probably been one of those moments in my life, and that's a good encouragement of just like pray about anything, like, and God answered that for me in that moment, which helped me grow closer to her, and then made when we pulled apart, it hurt even more, but it taught me more deeper lessons about how to deal with those hurts that I don't think I would have learned if I hadn't been as close with her in the first place.
It's
So
good.
it's great. It's just crazy how life works out, and just how the bad turns out to be good, and how the good even in bad can be good, and all these things. Cool.
That's good, man. Well, cause it's like
Cool.
at the end of the day, that's not a bad prayer, in the sense of, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, Karen, that's selfish, but what's God could be like? Oh, I don't want her to not be complete. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's interesting. On that note, we're gonna wrap this up. We all dead. Bro, I'm tired, bro. Yo, imagine Joseph, bro. He about to freaking die, but he's off tomorrow, so I don't want to hear no excuses and crap. Cause me and Soren gotta do stuff tomorrow.
You better just, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All right, cool.
hope you all enjoyed the podcast. I like this. I do really like talking about these topics. And yeah, hopefully this can help someone. Write in the comments down below. Yeah. Okay,
Sure.
bye.
Peace.